Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Over the weekend, we got a couple of new updates that dropped within Warzone and Black Ops 6. Some pretty important ones. We've got a new anti-cheat update. We also got even more of an update to an update that we had at the end of the week last week. We've also got some upcoming things this week that you definitely want to keep an eye out on as well. So diving right in, we of course talked about a pretty significant issue that happened towards the end of last week, where for a brief period, like 4, 5, 6 hours during a day last week, there was like a temporary reset update where if you logged on during that period, your account had a bunch of different customization stuff reset. Your save files in zombies, your various medals, operators, weapon blueprints and stuff were actually all reset to default there. And they did put out a slight update for this. We talked about this later last week, how they went through and made a point of emphasis. Hey, there were 2 updates that went out. If you logged in between the 2, you might notice some account issues. If you logged in after the fact, you should be all good. But just wanted to update this because I still have seen a couple of people saying they've got some weird issues going on with their account. So COD updates does say for Black Ops 6 multiplayer and zombies, the restoration process for impacted zombies and multiplayer profiles has been completed. So if you experienced any part of that reset update last week and you don't have all your stuff back to normal, your medals aren't tracking correctly, your intel and zombies, various different customizations, stuff like that, if that's not all back in like normal on your account like it was earlier in the week, they do say, hey, go in, reach out to the Activision support team, and they should be able to get you sorted. But just a heads up, for that reset update, it should be fully fixed and fully resolved now. Now, one of the main talking points last week was cheaters, because ranked play dropped and it was infested with cheaters from the get-go, which had a lot of people talking. We discussed this in a video a few days back, and actually Call of Duty Updates and Team Ricochet put out a new anti-cheat update decently quickly, which is a nice surprise for sure. And they detail some of what ended up changing here. So they say Ricochet has a new update. Ranked play launched this week and we're on it. While there's lots of work behind the scenes, here are some highlights. So this is what's changed with this new anti-cheat update. Essentially, they identified and fixed a data outage that lowered the efficacy of AI systems. So basically, whatever was going on with Ricochet anti-cheat, particularly with ranked play allowing people to get in and spin bot, aimbot, just super blatant ruin matches, there was something going on with Ricochet where the proper detection system was not working. Feel like that's probably a pretty major problem if it's day one of a new mode that you hyped up with, hey, our anti-cheat's got major improvements for this mode and we're doing a lot to combat cheaters here, and then there was an outage the first day of it being live. Like, that's a pretty rough look, but nonetheless, at least they went through, they identified, and they also fixed that. They also say they are adjusting existing thresholds for ranked play with more aggressive targeting of suspicious accounts. So if someone is getting consistently flagged or reported in ranked play matches, they're going to be more aggressive in actually, I guess, investigating that person and then potentially banning them if they are in fact cheating. So ideally, if someone is cheating, going crazy with the spin bots and the aim bots like we saw last week, they're not going to be able to do that for multiple games without consequences, without repercussions. They'll be quicker to actually go through and target those cheaters. They're also accelerating replay investigations to review suspicious players. So when they go through and actually do their manual in-game review to confirm this person was cheating or was not cheating, they're going to be quicker to get that done as well. I'm not sure what changes there, because from my understanding, what they've told us publicly is that that is a manual system. Like, all permanent bans are manually reviewed, are manually put into place. So there are no false perma bans. And with that, accelerating that, I guess people are just going to be quicker, or they're working more, or they're hiring new people for it. I'm not too sure, but they say they're accelerating that. They also say, we appreciate your patience as we battle against these attacks that disrupt a fair and fun experience. So obviously Ricochet is still not at a point where I would call it a good anti-cheat by any means, but nonetheless, anytime we do see some kind of anti-cheat update, whether it's big or small, at least it's a good thing. In theory, it is going to help stop cheaters, even if it's temporary. At least it's something. So nice that they actually did give a response, because the cheating topic last week was a hot one and it was a problematic one for sure. I still think there's going to be plenty of cheating problems, but they have addressed at least some of the issues there. Now, surprisingly enough, we also got some actual patch note updates for today for multiplayer zombies in Warzone. Definitely wasn't expecting true full-on patch notes on a Monday, but nonetheless, we have quite a few gameplay updates and some pretty significant changes. So in terms of global updates, high mantle speed, The speed at which players pull themselves over a mantle on higher ledges and walls has actually been increased. I really like the sound of that. Hopefully it's a smooth update. In Gunsmith, they addressed an issue where some weapons could have 9 attachments, obviously not intended, so that'll be updated now. In the firing range, you can now inspect weapons. It's nice to have that there. I noticed the other day you couldn't actually inspect in the firing range, which was kind of weird. For UI, they addressed an issue where some players could not see their battle pass progression after a match. They also addressed an issue where the hit list event was not tracking full eliminations, it was just tracking kills, so there should be a difference there now. Hopefully that means you're going to be earning things faster. With stability, they added various stability fixes, as always. They never go through and fully list what those are. In Zombies, in Gunsmith, they addressed an issue with the ZM blueprints not equipping correctly. On Terminus, they addressed an issue where zombies would not attack players. I think that's like the infinite spawn glitch perhaps, and then also added various stability fixes there too. We also saw some new updates for Warzone as well. So here with our November 25th update, playlist updates. So after reviewing internal data, we've made the decision to slightly adjust the player count on Area 99. The updated player counts are as follows. In quads, it's down to 40. In trios, there will be 42. In duos, it'll be 40. In solos, it'll be 40. So it's down about 1 squad size per mode there, essentially, is what they're going down. And obviously it's a little bit different in solos and duos. 2 squads in duos, 5 players in solos. These changes aim to improve the overall pacing of each match and reduce the frequency of third parties. We hope to reduce friction by striking a better balance between there. In the meantime, we'll continue to monitor feedback. So an interesting change there for sure. In general operator audio, they reduced the volume of player cloth and gear sounds for carry forward operators from MW2 and MW3. They also made the same high mantle speed adjustment here, so you'll be able to mantle much quicker. Also, for weapons, the akimbo attachment has currently been disabled for all Black Ops 6 weapons. Kind of a surprising change there. I imagine there's some balanced things going on there with akimbo and rapid fire together. In the firing range, you can also inspect weapons there now. Then with bug fixes, they fixed an issue with the gas mask where the unequipped animation could still be encountered without player input, so that'll fully be smooth now, hopefully. They also fixed an issue where you could have 9 attachments, an issue where the battle pass progression was not showing, and the hit list event not tracking eliminations but tracking just straight kills there as well. So not the craziest patch notes in the world, but definitely some interesting changes to the player count and whatnot. And by the way, as we do shift focus more towards what's coming up in the next few days in terms of holiday updates and other things you want to look out for in game this week, quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns. Everything going on in COD is right here, so if you want to guarantee you're up to date, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. Right now, just under 60% of viewers who are watching the videos are not subscribed, so if that's you, I'd love to have you change that and join us on the road to 1 million. Also, if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is seriously appreciated. Much love to everyone who does take the time to do so. Now, of course, we are still in the middle of an event update. The hit list event is going all the way until the 5th when we see Season 1 Reloaded drop. More on that in just a moment. But with this, I've seen a lot of conversation about the community portion of this. Your personal individual rewards here, pretty straightforward. I've been grinding zombies camos this past weekend, so I kind of flew through that to get all these done. But for the community rewards, obviously we've already passed our first threshold, so the buffer weight stock is now out and fully available for everyone on your XM4, your XMG, then your DM10. So absolutely a meta attachment. We covered that in a short just the other day. We are getting closer. At the time we're recording this, we're just under 14 billion eliminations here for the shadow perk, but I've seen a lot of people saying, hey, wait a second, checking on the math here in terms of like what our completion percentage has been so far and how much time is left in the event, 10 days. Are we actually going to get all the way up to 50 billion to get that sear in 9mm? So I've seen some concern here. The thing is though, this is not the first community event that we've had. We used to get these a lot, like back in Black Ops 3, they did these all the time for new DLC weapons. We've never failed a community event. If you want to take that as a hint, they're probably going to, I don't know, maybe inflate some numbers here and there. For what it's worth, obviously here in the US, Thanksgiving week is coming up here, so a lot of people are going to be off, they're going to be on break. We might see this number increase quite a bit over the next few days because more people are going to be on the game, but also they might be pushing us maybe a little bit more towards getting this new weapon. So if you're a little bit worried about us not potentially getting this, I wouldn't be too concerned there. It would be a really bad look for Call of Duty if we didn't complete an event that was fully based around us playing the game. So I have a feeling, maybe one day an hour goes over and suddenly we're up a huge chunk, just very conveniently. But obviously we do already have one tier of this done. We should be probably done with the shadow perk here very soon. Next up, hand cannon score streak, so we should see a decent amount of progress on this in terms of total community eliminations over the next few days. Obviously, as new stuff is unlocked here, particularly once we get close to the Seer 9mm, we'll be taking a look at this, obviously testing out if it's meta within Warzone or multiplayer, best setups for it and whatnot. But yeah, more rewards for this event are coming soon. I wouldn't be too worried about that number in the top right. Also, speaking of things coming up here soon, obviously it's Thanksgiving on Thursday on the 28th here. However, funny enough, we actually have a playlist update planned for Warzone on that same day. Typically, we don't really see updates on holidays. The devs are out of office for the holiday, and I'd expect that to be the case towards the end of the week. They might be in like today, tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, but then off for the holidays at the end of the week, so we might not see as many updates or posts from COD updates or anything. But according to the Warzone Trello board, on November 28th, we're going to see a new playlist update. It's just not really all that different from what we have now. This will last until Season 1 Reloaded here, with Battle Royale, solos, duos, trios, and quads on Urzikstan, Resurgence, all modes available on Area 99, and then just quads on Rebirth, and then Plunder quads continuing as well. But I'm just not really sure why they list this as a separate playlist update, because our current playlist update is all squad sizes Battle Royale on Urzikstan, all squad sizes Resurgence on Area 99, Rebirth quads, Plunder quads. So interesting that they have two different cards for that. But technically we are seeing a playlist update on Thursday that also might coincide though with a multiplayer playlist update. We'll obviously have to keep our eyes out, and if anything changes, of course I'll keep you guys in the know. Well, hey there, it's Post Edit Zach here, keeping you guys in the know as promised, because as I was in the middle of editing this video, Treyarch posted their playlist update announcement for this week. So Call of Duty initially posted saying Black Ops 6 is the biggest launch in Call of Duty history. It's got the most players, the most hours played, and the most matches played. And to celebrate, Treyarch said, thanks for the support, everyone. How about an early double XP weekend to celebrate starting on Wednesday? So now we have it official. Double XP kicks off Wednesday. Also, Prop Hunt, Stakeout 24/7, and Hardcore Stakeout 24/7 are also coming to the game on Wednesday. So Prop Hunt, initially slated for Season 1 Reloaded, appears to be coming a little bit early. And then also Stakeout. I know a lot of players have been asking for that to return as a 24/7 playlist, so great news there. And then one other significant thing that happened over the weekend is we started to see our first Season 1 Reloaded reveal teasers. So Treyarch's actually posted a couple of things here, primarily in regards to our new Zombies map coming on December 5th, Citadel. So with this, they give us the release date, December 5th. That's now confirmed for Season 1 Reloaded. They talk a little bit about this, saying the main quest is planned to go live simultaneously with the launch of the map on December 5th. We get our first look at the little logo for it. They've also, though, teased some images for it too. So the first one here, they say this quiet Avalon village would never be the same when we get this first little image of it. This does confirm that this map does take place in Avalon, which, as we know, is the leaked Warzone map coming in COD 2025 for whatever reason. I still don't understand why it's not the big map this year, but we get that first look at the Citadel map based in Avalon. And then we also get another look with the caption, the Citadel of the Dead is waiting, and we get more of an exterior view of it. There's like a whole cannon here with like a lion head over it in gold, and then we get a better look at the castle as well. So some cool like little sneak previews, some sneak peeks into the Zombies map. We should be having even more Season 1 Reloaded reveals coming throughout this week as well, including this additional one that we got when I was also editing this video. Treyarch posts and says, the Syndicate's dealings with Project Janus have brought disaster upon a place already soaked in blood. And we get sort of an interior look of the castle with this little teaser. So I imagine here in the coming days, we're probably going to see like a full-on trailer for this map too, which will be pretty cool. Maybe not just in terms of zombies, but across the board with some multiplayer details, Warzone details, everything like that. And as we see reveals for that, any announcements, or if we get any other major things going on in BO6 and Warzone in the coming days, you guys know I'll be keeping you in the know right as that stuff happens. So feel free to hit the subscribe button, turn on those post notifications to stay up to date with that, alongside everything else going on in COD. And if you enjoyed the video, a like would be seriously appreciated. But that's gonna wrap things up. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.